Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pool Dog Championship Arena here in Las Vegas for continuing coverage of the championship round of the APA 8-Ball World Championship. We have preparing to break here from the team of Biggelbachs, Madeline Mowdy, or Maddie as she's known to her teammates as. Her opponent, Colleen Craig, of the team Shark Tank. They are both skill level 3s, which means we've got a race to 2 here, folks.
This is a bit of a messier rack, which most 3s do not have. Once you get into skill level 4, 5, and up, you start seeing a little bit more of a powerful break. But every once in a while, you're going to see a 3 having a good break just because you hit the balls with speed. Not power necessarily, but with some speed doesn't mean that you're not allowed to do that as a 3, but usually we see kind of trickier runouts when you're playing a skill level 3.
Maddie looks like she's got quite a fan club based on some of the comments. Lots of Maddie fans. Of course, Maddie and her teammates, Biggelbachs, they're from Portland, Oregon. You're now seeing Colleen Craig at the table. She is from the Canadian team from Owen Sound, Ontario, the Shark Tank.
We could call this the North American Championship here between America and USA and
or we could
Canada.
Call it the World Championship.
We could call
like
it that
we do.
too.
Oh yeah, we did that. We did that already. That's right. Forgot about that.
It was fun watching the team from Japan winning the 9 balls. Not because, you know, for the simple reason that we've never had a team from Japan winning before, but the fact that they won the sportsmanship award out here. I don't think
such a polite.
I think every team they played gave them a thumbs up.
Yeah, well, I know, and you know, it seems like teams really enjoy playing the teams from Japan. A lot of times, I see them wanting pictures with the team, and you know, kind of that experience, and and they're always seem to be always very gracious with that and having a good time with it. So
good group of people. All right, good defensive shot there. Had nothing to shoot at.
And bring Maddie back to the table.
Same situation for her. Not much to shoot at here. Oh, good shot on the 15 ball down in the corner. Well done. 10 ball opened up nicely right there. She rolls it up a little bit. She could shoot the 11. And again, skill level 3, unless the balls are open and laying in a good spot, most of your skill level 3s are not looking to run out. The main goal is to make as many of yours as you can and then just kind of whittle your way through the rack. Well, that opened things up a little bit.
I'm going to bring Colleen back to the table. Again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching championship round coverage, the APA World 8-Ball Championship. Two teams here, one from Portland, Oregon, the other from Owen Sound, Ontario. This is the 6th and final championship we'll be bringing you this year from the APA World Championships. Colleen pockets the 4 in the corner there.
Relatively easy shot here on the 6 ball in the corner. If she rolls down, which will happen naturally, as long as it's not too slow, she should be able to get a shot on the 7. She has a little bit of an angle. I think unless she hits it way too thick, she's not going to have to worry about scratching as much as she is. Oh, there you go. She hit it a little bit too thin, much thinner than she wanted. So not much of a shot here on the 7, but she does have a potential shot. I think she's looking to, to play safe?
Mowdy in the blue shirt returning to the table here. Maddie, a member of Biggelbachs. They currently lead 2-1 in terms of the overall match score, following a victory by Charles DuPont. The first match.
I like the body language of both of these players. Again, any of the players, but usually a skill level 3 has not been necessarily put in this position very often. If you're looking at your 6s and 7s, they may play in a lot of local tournaments, and some 3s do, but of course, but a lot of times 3s forget that, when we play our singles championship at the Pool Players Championship in April, qualifying as singles board, playing the regionals, and you get to go to Las Vegas. It's the easiest way to get to Vegas, is what I always say, by far, where you can kind of take, your future in your own hands. But a lot of the skill level 3s don't feel like they can really stand on their own 2 feet because they've always been part of the team. A lot of times those are your 3s that become the most valuable because they get a whole different level of confidence.
Yeah.
And both of these players really look focused, a little bit nervous, but very focused, and not standing around just staring at the balls, but walking around the table and kind of strutting a little bit, and that's great to help your confidence.
Both have had the opportunity to play a number of matches here thus far in the tournament. Maddie with 8 matches played, Colleen with 10.
Let's see if this 3-ball can go. Well,
Not quite.
just about. She knows that Colleen knows she has the advantage there because of where the 8-ball is and the 13 ball.
Shark Tank is the team from Canada. Owen Sound, Ontario.
Oh.
So pockets the 14 in the corner, but scratches in the opposite corner. So her opponent will have ball in hand here. Colleen. Colleen is the team member from Shark Tank. So difficult with all the folks kind of joining late and wondering like who's who. So that's why if you're with us the whole time, that's why you'll hear us repeat, this is what this is who this is what they're doing, because we do have a constant influx of new viewers as we go, and obviously they're always asking questions. Timeout here for Colleen, Lee Jocks, her team captain, talking it over with her.
Major benefit here, obviously, getting ball in hand. That was an issue, how to solve that little cluster down there. But with ball in hand, she can just put it there, float out to about where he puts his fingers, so that you don't want to get straight in on the 3-ball because you want to be able to come up a little bit off the rail once you make the 3. And a good coach, when you do take the time out, especially in this situation, is talk through the whole thing.
Right.
I want you to, and then talk through what's going to happen 3 to the 8, and even sometimes take the extra time. If you go a little too far, look at this so that you really take advantage of the timeout. No, she forgot to follow it.
So she pockets the 5, but as Ava mentioned, didn't quite follow it as she had hoped.
I think she's going to have to use the bridge here. I'm not sure she can reach this. She's pretty tall, but got to remember that we do play cue ball foul only in the APA, in case you're not familiar with it.
I do want to mention, too, Colleen and her teammates from Shark Tank, they play out of a place called Harvey's Billiards back there in Owen Sound, Ontario. So maybe some folks tuning in over at Harvey's Billiards. We want to say hello to them. And I already mentioned that Biggelbachs, they play out of Sam's Billiards in Portland. A lot of times when we do the coverage here, you'll see the folks from their home locations tuning in. And
This is a tricky shot here. I don't even know if it's a good idea to actually go for this shot, because if you do make the 3-ball, the cue ball could, if you hit it really thin, it could go and scratch in the far left corner across the table here. And if you make it, chances are you're not going to have a shot at this 8-ball anyway. So tapping this, playing it safe, maybe the go. Oh no, she hit it well.
So she did make the 3, but
yeah, but now what?
yeah.
Bank shot. It looks like. It looks like she may have to bank it there down by the 9.
And she has used her timeout here, so. See what Colleen chooses to do. She's surveying the table.
Is she going to try to cut it? She's trying to cut it in the backwards pocket.
Well,
or she's looking at it anyway.
I don't know.
That's a thin cut there. I would have to say the play is to bank it here. That's a really thin cut, and the cue ball will go flying.
Yeah, she's going to mark a pocket here. I'm not sure, though. That
yeah, she's doing the backwards cut.
It looked like there initially she hadn't marked a pocket, and I heard the team say, you know, mark the pocket. She kind of waved him off, almost as though she wasn't going to actually attempt to make the ball. So we'll see. It looks like she's still thinking through that a little bit. She's got something in mind here. We'll see what it is. Again, this is Colleen Craig on the 8-ball. Team the Shark Tank. Oh.
Yeah, there's the danger. That was a crazy tough cut there.
So she scratches on the 8-ball, which means Mowdy will take the first game 1-0. She is now on the hill. Needs just one more game. You can see the frustration from Colleen there. And that's significant, Ava, with the 3-point scoring, because Mowdy is now on the hill, has secured a minimum of 1 point in the second match. Of course, her team already leading 2-1. So worst case scenario for them, they're essentially now up 3-1. And she's going to have an opportunity, potentially, she wins this next game, to win 3-0. So
right, exactly.
Big turn of events right there, folks. Tough break for Colleen. Certainly not the way most folks want to win a match, but a win is a win, and I know Mowdy will take it, but I'm sure when she had dreams of pocketing or winning a match here in Vegas, it was her pocketing an 8-ball, not necessarily her opponent scratching. But that does happen, and that's part of the game.
And Mowdy has played 8 times out here, so I'm sure she's had a chance of making that winning 8, and she still has to win one more.
Yeah. Mowdy with some, saw something in the rack there that she wasn't crazy about, so she's asked for an adjustment there by Colleen.
The room has really filled up here from when we started.
Yeah.
It's almost full house right now, which is great. Makes it for a much more fun atmosphere too for the players.
Absolutely.
You know, you can kind of feed off the players as far as really getting into it.
Mowdy with the break. It's a dry break. Colleen will return. There is only one timeout per game, regardless of their skill level. Somebody had asked about that. And this match is for $25,000. Again, this is final round or championship round coverage of the APA 8-ball World Championship.
No, Kurt, I actually enjoy it. You know, it gets kind of old when you're commentating on the best players in the world all the time, and because you know they do exactly what I tell them to do.
Yeah.
There's no surprise
Here
element
they
there.
keep us
So.
on our toes, where sometimes we're.
No, it's great. I enjoy it. I really enjoy watching players play too. Twos and threes are my favorites to watch because they come up with some
Ooh.
shots that just kind of floor you, and miss some shots
Yeah.
that shock you. So I mean, it makes for an exciting match as far as I'm concerned. I've been watching now. I've been league operator for 9 years, so I've been around these guys that play and fight their heart out every bit as much as the pros do. Just don't have quite the control of the game yet, but I do find it to be fun. This is going to be kind of a cat and mouse
Yeah, table's
rack here
still
for
open
sure.
here. Overall score here in the second match is 1-0 in favor of Mowdy. Her team also leads by an overall score of 2-1, and that was based on Charles DuPont winning his first match, a Hill match, where they split 2-1.
And again, at this point in this rack, all you're trying to do is find one ball to make. You can't think too far ahead. It's kind of a messy table here, but making this, she's going to have a shot at the 9 for sure, unless she hits it too firm. There you go.
So she finally gets that 14 to drop in the corner. Unable to pocket the 9 in the opposite corner. And bring Maddie back to the table. Some folks asking about how different teams finished in particular events here. Of course, you can go to CompuSport.us. That is the online bracket system that we used. You can see how different players from your area or different teams fared throughout the event, depending on what event they're in. Again, that's CompuSport.us. Not quite enough juice there. Major traffic jam there in that third of the table.
Yeah, it's opening up little by little. And Colleen's looking around to see if she can get a shot after this 11 ball here. She can hit it firm. Center ball, a little bit of high. She should be able to come up for the 9. Yeah, she went the other way with it.
We did start with 713 teams in this year's 8-Ball World Championship. We are down to the final 2. We started this morning with 4. Of course, 2 were eliminated in the semifinal round. Give a shout out to those teams. We had the team of Haha, they were from Lincoln Park, Michigan, and the team of the Jesters from Mablevale, Arkansas. Both those teams tying for third place. I believe they each took home $7,500 in prize money, so very good event for them.
Congratulations, Nikki. We were looking here. She said they finished 5th place.
Nice.
That's a pretty great feat in this field.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of teams.
Absolutely.
A lot of matches to get through.
Yep. And finishing 5th place means you make it to the quarterfinal round.
We do have 2 referees here. Chris and Mike are here to oversee the match, but what we do here in the APA, just like on a local championship base, is what we do is if you want somebody to come and make a hit call, if it's a close call, you can call the referee over. Other than that, they kind of stay out of the match. They're there the whole time, just like the rest of the tournament leading up to this. But nothing has changed. They will come over and make a call if you need them to.
Yep. Maddie Mowdy here. Again, she is a member of the Biggelbachs team from Portland. She got on the board in that first game when her opponent, Colleen Craig, scratched on the 8-ball. Colleen looking to atone for that here in the second game. Really a huge game here for Colleen and her team. Already trailing 2-1 in the overall match. If Maddie wins this next game, that'd be a 3-0 split for Biggelbachs. Put them up 5-1, so big game here for the Shark Tank.
You know, as I was getting ready this morning, I was having some breakfast and I looked at the T-shirt contest.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of shirts.
We got
a lot
some
of
creative,
great ones.
yeah, we got some creative
that's awesome.
APA members out
That's
there.
awesome.
I think we put the link here a few moments ago in the comments where you can go and vote on the team shirts, your favorite team shirt. I know a lot of those teams put a lot of thought and effort into those designs. Really another cool aspect of the APA World Championship experience.
Yeah, I've really seen some great shirts this year. All right, not sure that 9-ball is going to go. I'm pretty sure it's going to pass just barely by the 3. You can see there. Easily passed.
So I ran into Boomer Humphreys in between the racks there. She is the league operator in Portland. And she confirmed that they've actually never had a team finish higher than 17th out here. So this team of Biggelbachs has already gone much further than anyone from their area has ever gone, and obviously
there's been a league there a long time.
Oh yeah, that's one of our largest in the country. Portland area there, one of our best leagues. Seattle, another large league area. Maddie pockets the 3 in the corner.
Kind of tied up the 4-ball while doing so, but we'll deal with that later. Right now she's got a shot at the 5.
And they are competing for $25,000 here. The winner will take home $25,000. The runner-up going to take home $15,000. Kind of see the breakdown of how the prize money has been throughout this particular event. We mentioned that both the teams that tied for 3rd place each took home $7,500 earlier today.
Well, she's elected to shoot a difficult shot here.
Pockets the 1 there.
And tough to get position. She did touch the 8-ball, so now the ruling is that the 2 of them discuss. She's asking Colleen to see there. Yeah, she moved it back where both players agreed that that's where it was.
There's no foul there.
Cue ball foul only. Question by Scott Metzen saying each player have to pay taxes, and yes, last I checked.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's no different than if you go on a game show and you go on Prices Right. If you win prizes or money, it doesn't matter. There's a value on it, what it was purchased for, and that's what you pay taxes on any winnings.
Not our rule. You got to talk to the folks in Washington, but yeah, definitely have to pay taxes.
We got Maddie back at the table here, so she can do. 7-ball obviously goes clearly. Her biggest problem is she's going to get this 5 out of the way. Then, as you can see, the 4 and 2 are tied up. But again, the skill level 3 is not necessarily going to be looking like, how do I break them out?
Yeah.
Can I hit some, right draw and spin it around 4 rails? That's not what a 3 is really looking at. That kind of a position play. You got to make your balls and then deal with what comes later.
There you go. Oh, watch out, watch out. Held up. Somebody was asking where you're a league operator, Ava.
In Coastal Carolina APA, Northern South Carolina and Southern North Carolina on the coast. Myrtle Beach. We have a lot of fun down there.
Are you close to the beach? How far are you?
My house is only about 10 minutes from the beach.
Nice, okay.
12 minutes, yeah. Which is nice when the hurricanes come in.
Yeah, you're
a little bit
far
farther
enough,
inland.
yeah. I guess we're rolling into that season a little bit too as we wrap up summer hurricane season. I know it typically kind of gears up in the early fall. Hopefully not this year, though. Hopefully
Right,
not. Hopefully
right.
not.
No, no, no. Okay, let's see what she's going to do here. She's going to go rail first. I'm going to have the Mike is going to come over and take a look at this, make sure she doesn't, that she hits the 4-ball first. She did a good job
Oh.
there, but look what happens.
All right.
Wow.
So, you know,
Well, that was
maybe
kind of a
yeah,
payback, wasn't it?
yeah,
That's
you
kind
know,
of how
so
the last game,
we
the
saw,
last rack ended.
we saw Colleen for Shark Tank. She scratched on the 8-ball. Now Maddie Mowdy has pocketed the 8 out of turn, and we are now tied 1-1.
That was appropriate, I think.
Yeah, I think so too, and it's significant, very significant for Colleen and her teammates because, as we mentioned, had Maddie shut out her opponent there, it would have been another 3 points, and it would have been a bit of a big hill to climb there, down 5-1. So at worst now we will see a 2-1 split in points. Both players now on the hill.
Well, that was, it hurts, but it was kind of appropriate after.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of a, here,
Yeah,
I'll give you
karma,
one. Fine, let's
something
go
like
for
that,
it in the
yeah.
last rack.
Now Maddie will prepare the rack. Colleen will have the break. I believe she'll have the break for the first time. We saw Maddie had both breaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Colleen with her first opportunity to break in this match in what will be the deciding game for the second match.
You never know. There's always drama here. I remember one of our skill level 3s. This was quite a few years ago. Jen Bodel, who, by the way, got married out here a couple of days ago, Andy. She was playing. They were playing in the finals. She had never had or come close to having an 8 on the break. And it was hill for the ladies team to go out to Las Vegas, and she got an 8 on the break.
Wow.
And she didn't even realize it happened.
No
Everybody
better
started
timing.
screaming, and she looked around and went, "What are you even talking about?" But that was pretty exciting.
Yeah,
So
well,
you never know.
We'll see. I've seen at least one 8 on the break in the championship final this week, and as well as a 9 on the snap. We saw that both of those in the team captain championship. I don't know if we've seen any others though, at least in the final rounds.
No, that was a good break.
Good break, but it's dry. Should bring Maddie back to the table here, looking to rebound after pocketing the 8-ball out of turn in that last game.
So again, it's going to be a guaranteed 2-1 score here, one way or another, with the 3-point system. Well, that's a good shot.
Man, you got to love the 3-point scoring system. I mean, you talk about extending the matches, making them closer.
Well, the biggest thing, I think, is that even if you lose a match, you have a chance, just like to contribute, just like we do in 9-ball.
Mm-hmm.
You may lose, but you picked up overall points for your team, so every rack potentially becomes very valuable, not just the final score.
Yep. Maddie pocketed that 9-ball, so she's going to shoot stripes, high balls.
It was kind of fun. Dr. Q did his show here in this room before the finals started, and he is the Energizer bunny. He does make me laugh with his comments, and he runs around, and he hasn't slowed down in the 25 years I've watched him.
I don't have more energy. Yeah, he is something else. Of course, was inducted late last year into the Billiard Hall of Fame, amongst others like Miss Lawrence next to me, also in that coveted Hall of Fame. Do you still have your green jacket? Got a green jacket? I bet you don't wear a lot of green.
You know, we were supposed to wear those. We had at the Moscone Cup this year. We all came out. All the living Hall of Famers were brought out.
Yeah, what a night that was.
It was great, wasn't it?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
And it stayed. And they said, bring your green jacket. And I said, my green jacket? And I looked for it everywhere, and then I decided, you know what, let the dudes do the green jacket.
I noticed, I noticed most of the ladies were in evening attire, evening dress attire, and of course all the guys had the green jackets. But I kind of kidded Jeanette the same way, you know, because she's always wearing black, and it's like, are you going to wear green?
Are you going to go with the green?
Green
and
jackets.
I was inducted, you know, it's been 14 years ago now, so I don't even know if that would
2005,
fit. 2004.
2004,
yeah.
okay.
So I don't even know if it would fit anymore. Good shot.
Yeah, what a cool night that was, that particular Hall of Fame induction with all the living Hall of Famers present. Darren Appleton and Dr. Q being inducted there the evening of the first day of the Moscone Cup. A lot of credit goes to Mike Pinozzo. He's the publisher and editor of Billiards Digest for making that happen, and really a huge night for the entire industry.
And you know what? A treat for everybody that was there, and a treat as far as history, because there was a lot of commemorative, like the cue balls and signing stuff and interviews with all the players that will last forever. But it was a treat for us players, too. It was really a lot of fun.
Well, I
because
saw a lot of you
the
guys
we
running
haven't
around
seen
getting
for a while.
autographs from each other, and you know, it's kind of getting back together.
And I did use some for raffles back in my league area, but also I wanted to have one because I've never been an autograph collector per se.
Sure.
But I think back to when I was around Minnesota Fats or Moscone, you know, it would have been fun if I would have had
Steve Miserak,
the autographs.
Some of these folks that are no longer with us that were such legends of the game. Colleen at the table once again.
And I think she just barely grazed that rail with the cue ball.
Of course,
good defensive shot.
Must make contact with the rail after contacting your object ball. So. Uh-oh. Okay.
I guess she thought, I don't know what she had a kind of a...
she was giving ball in hand to her opponent. So
okay.
I think
people thought she accidentally kind of had a brain fart there and kind of picked up the cue ball. But
no,
she said, I don't know how to hit this.
She's giving ball in hand to her opponent, which is actually a defensive shot. Stunned room there momentarily, though, because obviously that would have been a ball in hand foul, but really no difference now.
We actually had one of our teams do that. That was pretty dramatic. They were in the sudden death in the final game to see who was going to go, and the player made a ball, had ball in hand, made a shot. Coach comes over and is talking to him, and picks up the cue ball thinking that the player had ball in hand.
Yeah.
And so obviously a foul, and it didn't turn out to have anything to do with the outcome of the match, but that was pretty dramatic.
Kind of an interesting question. Somebody was asking who the top player at the APA corporate office in St. Louis is. That's a good question. Of course, I got to give a shout out to my main man, Kevin Hinkebine. He's my team captain.
Captain Kevin.
He's led us to a couple of championships. I know Ryan Panhorst and Dan New, both higher rated players. Mike Sherman. So we've got a few 6s, 7s in the office. Most of us are 2s and 3s, but we've got a few of them there.
That sounds like the perfect APA team to me.
We do play a each year we basically play an in-house, office division where we play against each other, and we do 3-man teams and play for much longer than a normal session. We basically play in the fall and spring, and then when the events start in April and August, we stop in the summer because there's just too much going on. But
too much work for you guys then.
But it's fun. We have fun with it. Obviously, we can't qualify for Vegas or anything, but we do trophies for the teams that win. And
that's fun.
Yep.
So like we always talk about, you spend the cash. The trophies are forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Bragging rights around the office.
Oh, that's the biggest part.
Better part of the year is nice.
All right, that was a smart shot. Didn't leave very much there for Maddie.
I tell you what, thus far this 8-ball finale has lived up to what we'd hoped it would be. It's very neck and neck.
Battle.
We had a hill race in the first match. We are hill here in the second match. Can't get any closer than that.
But it is going to be a big turnaround who wins this. It's either going to be 4-1 or it's going to be 3-2. That's a pretty big difference there. Because no matter what happens in this match.
Well, it'd be 3-3 if Shark Tank wins, right? They trail 2-1. They'd get a 2-1 split.
Oh, I thought
So
it was
2-3.
2-0. You're
Yeah,
right. It's
3-3.
2-1. My bad.
Yep.
My bad.
So we will either be 4-1 or 3-3 at the conclusion of this game.
Well, that's right. To answer Gregory, we don't put a lot of pressure on these players in the finals. There's a sudden death all throughout the tournament. But once we get to this point, if it gets absolutely ridiculous, there might be a shot clock that is considered. But we like to leave these guys and do their thing here in the finals. There's enough pressure on these guys as it is.
That's a big part of it, is the pressure of the particular finals. Because, again, here in Pool Dog Championship Arena, you've got, maybe 150 people, 200 people now watching. Obviously, you've got the TV or the streaming aspect of this and the viewership. So it's a little different than, the matches they've played leading up to this. Definitely more pressure. Colleen really looking at, I guess, that 2-ball there.
Good job.
Pockets the 2 in the corner.
Didn't leave herself much, but, one ball at a time will work. And now she has a great opportunity to play a defensive shot if she wants to.
Jimmy, you are correct. It'll be either 4-2 or 3-3. We did misspoke a little bit earlier, depending on the outcome here. If Colleen wins, it will be 3-3. If Maddie wins, it would be 4-2. It's good to know that our viewers are listening to us, though. Man, they are hanging on every word.
We don't have to worry about it. If we say something wrong, somebody's going to fix it.
Exactly. Quite an engaged audience. Looks like we're over 1,000 live viewers. Very cool. And if you're just tuning in, you are seeing final round coverage of the APA 8-Ball World Championship here from Pool Dog Championship Arena in Las Vegas, where we've been for the last 10 days. The 6th and final championship to be decided here. $25,000 on the line. This particular match, a race to 2. We are tied 1-1.
All right, that was Maddie playing a defensive shot. She did make another ball, but it's not a terrible leave, I don't think.
I can't get over all the Maddie fans on the comments. She's got a huge fan club.
That's a big league in the Portland, Oregon. There's a lot of players
out there.
It's
a very big league. Brings Maddie back to the table. She's looking things over, trying to plot a course here.
Yeah, she doesn't have an offensive shot in any way, so where do you go to place defense here?
Looks like she's trying to figure out if she can play that 10. Doesn't look too confident in that.
No. She's looking at a super backwards cut here, and again letting the cue ball loose. The good thing is if the cue ball goes up towards the other side of the table, if it doesn't hit the 10, and she hit it way too thick, so it'd stay down here and left this shot for Colleen here to make the 3. Colleen still has 3 balls and the 8 left on the table, so it's getting down to the nitty-gritty, but at least everything is open now. Just wants to hit this with a little speed so she doesn't, so it comes off the rail. She did. But she left herself kind of not the best of situations here. Going to make this into the left corner pocket. The cue ball is going to go away from the 6. And you don't want to hit this with center ball because chances are good that the cue ball is going to fly straight into the side pocket. So you want to follow this shot and have the cue ball go down to the side and end cushion and come back out for the 6. Do not put low on this.
Oh,
almost.
Didn't quite get the 4 to drop there. Let's open things up a little bit more here on the table. Maddie. Debating the 10 or the 15.
And that's one of the things that I try to tell the players too that come from our area or anybody that I'm talking to is play within your skill level.
Yeah.
If you're skill level 3, you're not going to come out here and play like a 6 and all of a sudden make everything. You're going to make occasional great shots like that, but are you going to all of a sudden run out and start playing a game that's not yours? There's a reason why we have a skill level limit of 23, which means that everybody does their own thing.
Right.
So don't put so much pressure on yourself that you have to be something. And that goes for our 7s also. They think that because they're the 7, the team sometimes put the pressure on them like they're supposed to win. Well, other teams have 7s too. So nice shot, nice shot. It's going to just hang there. Wrong spin on the ball.
Couldn't quite follow up
Kept
a great
it out.
shot with another one. Just
it was a good try, though.
Missed that 15, though. But yes, good try.
But she's left this for Colleen now. 2 semi-automatic shots, even for skill level 3. The question is the 8 ball. If she rolls this up, the natural position for the cue ball when she makes the next one is going to be to make the 8 in that corner where the 15 is sitting. So we'll see what she's going to do position-wise here. So far, so good.
6 in the side there.
Okay, this is a good time for a timeout, and that's exactly why he may have let her just go ahead and shoot, because natural position, like I said, is going to be to get on the 8 ball to be shot in the same pocket where that 15 is. So
yeah, and there's no debate. I mean, she's shooting the 4 here. He's basically trying to set her up for the next shot after the 4.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out the best way for her to go without letting the cue ball go too crazy. So in a perfect world here, I would think that it's going to tell her to play, if she can play with English at all, which is very few 3s can handle English even in the easiest situations, but stayed it firm enough for it to go kind of naturally to end rail, side rail, and then back out again to play the 8 in any of the other 5 pockets, really. You just want to come down.
Angie said she's so nervous and she's only watching. Yeah, we get that. We get that for these players, too. We tend to get a little antsy ourselves because it is a lot of pressure for these players.
Of course it is. There it is.
It's the 4.
She hit it hard, and she came across, not all the way down, but she's given her a chance for the win right here. Good timeout. Good little talk there.
Yeah, she really struck that ball hard.
Yes, she did.
She gave it everything she had. So
She hit it a little bit too thick, but luckily enough, if she would have hit it even thinner, she may have scratched in the side pocket there. So that all worked out just great.
big shot here, though. Big shot. Could tie this match up. She sinks this 8-ball. Can't quite
wow.
get it to go, unfortunately, for Colleen, but that will give new life to Maddie.
And of
Now
course,
she will have an
there
opportunity.
should be more continued drama in this match,
Oh,
shouldn't
yeah,
there?
yeah.
The way it's been going so far. It's a dead even match here between these two. They both played well, but they
Yeah.
both gave the other
Tough,
one
it's tough.
an early 8. So now
Yeah.
we're going to see here
Yeah.
if Maddie can make this and keep that cue ball out of a pocket.
Yeah, Maddie getting a coach here from Steve Lingelbach, co-captain of the Biggelbachs team. And we'll see if she can finish it off or if Colleen will get another chance at that 8-ball.
Alfreda just said freaking out here. And I
But you can
think
imagine what these players are
imagine
feeling.
what Madeline feels
You
like
know,
right
a couple
now.
skill level 3s. They got a few hundred people watching. They're, you know, you can see the $25,000 check right behind the table. The World Championship trophies. It's, you know, for an amateur player, I don't know that it gets much more intense than this.
You know, it's one of those kind of things where getting to runner-up is phenomenal
Absolutely.
in this situation,
Yeah.
in this field. At the end of the year, been working all year, but man, you want that first place
Sure.
trophy to
Sure.
go home with
Yeah.
you, and the money. But I
Yeah.
mean, to always remember, yes, we were the world amateur champions. I mean, how cool is that of a thing to be able to tell your kids and grandkids?
I think is
Let's see
Maddie
now.
lip syncing? I think she's lip syncing the music as she pockets
Is it going to
that
get
ball.
back out for a shot? Yes, it is. Good. Another good timeout and well-executed shot.
Interesting to see her so calm and just kind of lip syncing to the music here in the room. And
One thing all coaches should do is work with their skill level 2s and 3s and, you know, really talk about what medium speed, soft speed, and hard means, and really so you can connect. So when you say hit it medium, the skill level 3 knows, okay, I'm going to hit it here, I'm going to hit it medium, and that's really a huge difference between a good coach and not so good. And this was well coached.
big shot here.
And there you
She
go.
Got it. She got it.
What a match.
Pockets the 8-ball. Maddie Mowdy
What a match between these two.
puts her team up 4-2, folks. There's another hill race. Gonna have some happy folks on the stream. Lots of Maddie fans from Portland. So tough break there for Colleen Craig. She came up just short, but did, however, win that second game, which was vital, keeping her team in this match. So the Biggelbachs now leading by a score of 4-2. Teams will put up players for the third match, and while they select their players, we're going to take a quick break. Hear a word from our sponsors at pooldog.com.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at pooldog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, pooldog.com, or call 866-843-3294.